Okay, we start again. It's been 2 weeks, and after this long break, we are back on Secrets of Living a Full Life. That is a fearless, unstoppable, limitless, and loving life. And under this umbrella, we have a concept which is a very beautiful concept, and it's a Japanese productivity hack, which is also called as Gemba. And it's called as a real place. Now, what is a real place and who created this? We'll listen to it further. But may I first know, each of you have joined Management B School of Confidence and Management B Leadership trainings. So, what was your purpose of joining? Any of you can unmute and respond, or maybe write it in the chat. Well, yes, you all are here to become a better version of yourself. You're all here to ensure that um, you become the best version of yourself by working on yourself, leading yourself further for enhancing your productivity. Well, it's called as the it's for increasing your productivity. Now, this Chemba is called as the real place. So, the Japanese culture, it's a part of the lean management principle, and this Japanese culture is made up of um, a number of concepts like kintsugi, ikigai, and what else did we do the other day? Uh, Wabi Sabi, and many other concepts. And they are meant to champion, collaborate, help you in your communication and productivity to produce the results that you desire. One of the most prominent one, it is has its origin in the lean manufacturing, which was introduced by the Toyota company. Now, Gemba means the actual place. Many times let's take it personally. So in our personal life or in our day-to-day routines, we have a lot of issues that we face, but where do we search the answers for? Are we looking out for the answers where it's actually there, or in a place where the answers will never be found? And many times we get stuck and get into loops and circles or without finding an answer. So, how do we come to the actual place? What does it mean to come to the actual place? Now, it this concept of Gemba, uh, I'm so sorry, uh, has its roots in the Toyota production system, which was developed by an engineer called Taichi Ono. As part of a system, Ono wanted to remove as much waste, the waste of time, the waste of energy, and increase the productivity. So he created the concept of a Gemba walk, taking a Gemba walk, where the staff would actually, come out of their daily work, daily activities, and go directly to the front line of where value is created in the workspace. Now, when I talk about value being created in the workspace, it also means, like, for example, for the police, if they are investigating a murder mystery, then the space where the murder has happened becomes the Gemba. That means that is the space where they will get the clues which will help them or lead them to the murderer. So that's called as a Gemba. प्रॉब्लम जहां पे है प्रॉब्लम जहां पे क्रिएट हुआ है वहीं पे उनको क्या बोलते हैं आंसर्स मिलते हैं. सो इफ वी कंसिडर दैट इनटू द कॉन्टेक्स्ट of a manufacturing context, let's say, it would involve the employees walking to the shop floor to see how the products are being made and see whether the processes are proper or not, ensure that they have a a bird's eye view of the entire process happening. And it also helps to understand the productivity gains and identifying the opportunities for improvements. Now, uh, generally, Gemba walk is done. That is, I mean, the leaders in the organization are supposed to be doing it for 40 minutes in a week and week after week for almost 6 months to ensure and to know that, they are constantly monitoring the processes and ensuring that the productivity increases. It doesn't mean that actually stop the work, stop people doing the work and then interfere and ask them questions. No, it's in a very planned, structured way by which it's not a fault finding process, but it is an enhancing process. Okay. Now, different applications of Gemba can be used. So today we're going to talk about using Gemba in our day-to-day lives. Okay. So for some people, the place, let's say, of mental health or reducing your anxiety or handling your emotions. Okay. Now, this place where you can find the answers to better handling your emotions might be within yourself. The coping mechanisms, like, for depression or other social anxiety, uh, would be, you can compare it like, okay, it's a murder of your happiness that has happened. So who's the murderer? Now, if I ask you who's the murderer of your happiness, what could be your answer? Any of you? Who is the murderer of your happiness? We have to, investigate the murder of your happiness. Yes, Sosha.
Uh, it could be fear or self doubt
Huh. And where is fear and self doubt?
inside us.
Inside us. So the
So
actual
that is the
place,
Gemba.
yes, that is the Gemba. Usha, can you throw a little more light on how the Gemba or the knowledge of the Gemba or taking the Gemba walk can help increase the productivity?
Miss, please give me just 5 minutes after I
Yeah,
join.
sure, sure,
Hello.
sure, sure, sure. No problem. It's a very difficult situation that she is in right now, yet, because of her love for learning, she has joined irrespective of the circumstances around her. And I'm sure giving her that 5 minutes would definitely be beneficial. Okay, so we go ahead. Now, the Gemba can be seen as your own duty towards yourself to not just complain about the problems that you're having, but ensure that you find a solution for it. Many people, including me, have been into situations where we keep going round and round, in circles, trying to find the answer, but coming back to the same point, living the same life that we have been living without the answers to the real problem or without addressing the real problem or finding the solution to the real problem. So, what happens is what you can do is, uh, you know, to actually understand what is the source from where the problem was created, and that is where you will be able to find out the solution. Now, if you can identify the source, many times, you do not, you're not able to identify the source of the problem, and hence you cannot find a solution. Like, for example, there was this great, I would say, coach who was doing pretty well in her life. She was a very balanced personality. She was married, but she had no children. And, she really liked kids a lot, but she wasn't being able to conceive. So when she found, a doctor and went to the doctor to do all the checkups, it was found that she's perfectly normal. Her husband is perfectly normal, but she's not able to conceive. So then she tried. I mean, if there is no problem, what is the medicine that you can take? There are no medicines for it. So then she was just wondering what is to be done, and she decided to get help. And she went in to meet another, let's say, coach. And while the process was going on, and while they were trying to find out what could be the psychological block that is not allowing her to conceive. So, digging deeper in the therapy session, it was found that she was the eldest amongst the four siblings that she had. And, being the eldest, she had to take the responsibility of the four children below her because she had lost her father at a very young age. Um, She had lost her father at a very young age, and the entire responsibility of running the household and taking care of the children came on her shoulders and her mother's shoulders. So her mother was working, and this girl had to take care of her four siblings, being the eldest. Now, going to school, managing her managing her work, and taking care of the children became too stressful for her at that young age of 14 years. So it was such a stress that sometime in that moment of stress, she made a decision at a subconscious level never to get into this kind of a mess where she will have to handle four children. And that was the decision that she had made at that time of 15 years of age. Imagine 14, 15 years of age. And she decided she will never have kids. But this is all happening at a subconscious level. It is that young version of herself who has taken that decision at a subconscious level. And that was the reason why her reproductive organs were not ready and not able to conceive. Once she realized that aspect during the therapy session, she decided to heal that part of her, and with the help of the coach, she healed herself and finally was able to conceive. So, the problem was in the past where there was a locked emotion and a locked decision that was taken at a very young age. So, that was the source, that was the place for finding the answers. So, imagine if you find the real place for the solutions of the problems that you have, I think we can solve all the problems in our life. So, getting into that real space is very important. Now, how can we do a Gemba walk in the um, how can we do a Gemba walk in the factory for leaders or in organizations for leaders is a very, very big concept. And in the month of April, we definitely will be doing a day workshop to help leaders, HR professionals, and team leads at different capacities in different organizations to join us in this workshop where we help you to practically use the concept of the Gemba walk into enhancing the productivity of your organization. But for today, we'll restrict our talk to how we can use it in our personal life. Okay, so whether it is for business or for personal use, Gemba does have some useful. Uh, I'm so sorry. Just a minute, excuse me. Yes. So I believe Gemba has some mental health connotations too, in terms of where we can find the place of value. For example, the place could be within ourselves, as Usha rightly said, and the coping mechanisms they have to manage, the disorders like depression and social anxiety. It can be seen as a duty to go to the front line of where you are most triggered as a kind of stress inoculation. Usha, if you are ready, can you just share, or should I wait for you?
Yes, yes. Just a minute.
Yeah,
Uh, Actually, I was on the way and just arrived. So,
yeah, yeah.
uh,
Thank you so much.
uh, uh, about Gemba walk. So we can say Gemba walk is being present,
Hmm.
means just going to the place, real place, and observe.
Yes, yes,
Means when if you can't observe, you can't change.
correct. I'd like to
So
correlate one.
wherever the problem is, you have to go that place.
Hmm,
And observing doesn't mean that you are disturbing.
correct.
So before fixing anything, first go and see. That is the
Exactly.
Gemba.
1 minute. 1 minute. I will just correlate this to the story that I said earlier, to the coach who was not able to conceive. Okay.
Mm.
So when she realized that there is no physical problem with her, she understood that she had to find out what exactly was blocking her conceiving. And that's how she went and took help from another coach. And so that was a place, in the past where she had taken a decision at a subconscious level. So observe, go and see. So she went and saw. And then the second one is observe. Yes, Usha, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. Means uh, watching. Just an example, if you want to see your food, you just go in the kitchen and without disturbing anyone or cook, just watch what is the process, where is the issue, what is the instrument issue or taste issue or any raw material, etc. Or
Hmm,
like if you're in manufacturing, also you go, just see machines, people's flow of work, and
hmm,
understand the source of problems.
hmm.
So
Okay,
means what's wrong is not the question. Just they ask, show me.
correct, correct. So, for example, like, if you um, have a different perception about yourself and going through some certain issues, you could try a mental health Chemba walk with a friend, somebody that you trust or who has a very comforting aura around them. This could be in a natural space, maybe by the beach. So we did a lot of sessions by the beach, and you will
Yes.
start noticing the value of your presence in the outside world. So when you just try to look into the birds, the flowers, the natural objects that give us life in subtle ways, that could be the space where you are focused on whatever you have to discover. And it becomes an easier place for you to go to the actual place, the source of from where you can find the solutions to the problem. So I'm so sorry. So just a minute. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now we come to the three pillars of the Gemba. The first, as Usha said, is go and see. So, what is the actual place where we have to work on to overcome our issues? Okay, with our own eyes, we have to see the truth of where we need to work on to. The second is asking questions. Why? Multiple times till you understand the cause, not just the symptoms. And the third is show respect. Here, in this case, for your own self, and don't try to blame yourself or feel guilty about what has happened. Listen genuinely and find out what exactly was the problem that happened, and you will be arriving at a solution. For example, as I gave you before, this lady who was a coach was able to identify, she went to that space, went to the Gemba, and found out the place from where she made, when and where she made that decision in her mind that she's never going to have kids. And then she asked the question, like, why did she make that decision? Now, when she understood why she made that decision, she realized that the stress that she went through was something she did not ever want to go through. And that's when she made it a finality. Okay, and made that decision. Now, thirdly, showing respect. She showed respect to herself that it is okay. It is okay that I made that decision, but it is not okay for me not to have kids. So I respect myself. Though I have lost so many years, I need not continue to lose more years. I can allow myself the pleasure of, having kids and enjoying with them. And now I am well equipped to deal with whatever stresses that will come in my way. So there are the three pillars. You can write it down. Just a minute. You can write it down. The three pillars of Gemba. One, go and see. There's also a term that is used. It's called as Genchi. Go and see. The second is ask why. Ask why not once but multiple times till you discover the root cause of the problem. In another terms, it can also called as root cause analysis. Keep on asking why till you get the answer. Why do I feel like this? Keep on asking why till you get the answer multiple times. And the third is show respect. Show respect to yourself if you are the case. Show respect to other people if it is related to others. Do not invade their privacy. Ensure that, when you're trying to have a Gemba walk in your organization, that you do not, stop people doing their work and, try to ask your questions to them. So show respect. These are the three things. Now, for example, if we say in case of a company, it's like problem is that deadlines are missed. So instead of blaming, you ask why repeatedly so that you come to the root cause. That is, there was unclear task allocation, not incompetence. It was not because the person did not know how to do it. It was because he was not clear about the task that was allocated to him. So the problem and coming to the root cause. Yes, Usha, you can ask what you wanted to.
Uh, it is a kind of inside Gemba work, the story of coach.
Story of
She did
ha,
she did
ha,
the Gemba work inside herself.
inside herself. Perfect. You're becoming better and better, huh,
Yeah.
Usha? Proud of you.
And on Sunday, I joined you with your Gemba walk, that renovation office. So you
Yeah.
had many stress, questions, etc. But when you did the Gemba walk, you know that where is that glass staircase and other things.
Yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. So I think you have
Visited
clearly, I think you have,
visited the exact Gemba, yeah, the
yes.
real place. to
So
sort
now,
out all the.
correct. So actually, we were supposed to do this session in the previous week, but due to some technical problems, we could not
Yes,
address it.
yes.
And I think, every time that I do a live, what are the concepts that I need to learn just comes to me, or rather, I attract those concepts and share it with all of you. So
It is all of sudden.
yes, and I practically get an experience of what I am preaching now. So, whatever we share at Secrets of Living a Full Life is something that either I have gone through, or I have closely watched others go through, or it could be something that I need to work on myself and for others as well. So, the Gemba is actually the real space where you have to go. And the Gemba walk is the process by which you go there. So, uh, we can let's say like if you I believe that all leadership begins with self leadership. So the traditional way of leadership was, if you want to know something, you conduct a survey, you analyze data and assume that everybody is motivated to work. But if you want to be a Gemba leader, you have to attend team meetings silently for 1 week. So it could also be, observing yourself silently for a week, if I say in personal terms, observing the interactions that you have had with yourself and with others. And thirdly, discovering the real issue and finding the causes for it. Okay. So this is how, you realize that the problem mostly is not, that um, you are not intelligent. The problem is that you don't want to delve deep and find the answer. You think a ready made answer will be better. But in many complex situations, you need to go deep down and find out the answer. Let's say we take one problem now and make you do a Gemba walk. Okay. So, one of the templates, there is a template for which by which you can do the Gemba walk. So, if your pens and papers are ready, I'll give you a 30 seconds to take your pens and papers. You can take a pen and paper, write down personal Gemba walk template. Now, this can actually help you to analyze your daily routines, optimize your efficiency. Now, the which you work in your organization or where you work for yourself can definitely have better efficiency. And it can also help you to improve your personal productivity by observing the actual place of work or life. So focus on identifying what are the obstacles, the bottlenecks, the times or the places or the energy which is getting wasted, and implementing small, consistent actions or changes in your environment or your day to day routine. Okay. So, personal Gemba walk template, the first point you have to write is the date. Let's say today you're going to do something differently for yourself. You're going to lead yourself separately in a different way. So, first is the date. The second you can write is the area or the activity. Let's say it's a problem or an issue with respect to not being able to organize your cupboard. That could be one thing. Can anybody give me right in the chat what problem you would like to address? Yes. Let's say it might be you might have tried a morning routine that you want to set up, but I'm not able to set up. That could be the activity that you would like to focus on. So it's taking one thing, focusing on that, and then ensuring that you make it more productive. What do you want? You can write it in the chat, please. Okay. Sanjay has said it is time management. Okay. Time management where? At home or at work? At work. Okay. So time management at work will be your activity. Okay. I'll start with this as a issue. So first point, right? Go and see. That is observation. Go and see. That is observation. So, what is the current process of this activity? So, make a audit of the time that you spend at your office. Let's say you reach there by around 9:30 or 10. What happens in the next hour, in the next hour, in the next hour, in the next hour? How do you utilize your breaks? What do you do during your breaks? Um, in meetings, so you have to find out what is the current process for the activity. Now, in that time management, maybe the first 2 or 3 hours, you're very productive. But after that, the slack begins. Okay. So you have to find out what is working well. The second question. In the first part, go and see observation. The second part, first part is what is the current processes for the activity. You may just write it down, you can fill it up later. Second is what is working well. Third point is where is the clutter, the inefficiency, or the frustration. I repeat, third point, where is the clutter, the inefficiency, or the frustration? Like, for example, which period of your work time you're not able to manage well? Where is the maximum lapse happening? Is it happening because somebody is in charge of it? Is it happening because there is nobody to help you out? Is it happening because you have delegated or not delegated? The fourth question is, are the tools readily available and organized? So which tool, for example, the software that you want, is it available? The person who's going to do the work, is that person available? Or your dependency factor on something is, what is the dependency factor? So are the tools readily available and organized? So the first one is go and see, that is observation. Under that, we have 4 questions. I once again will repeat the questions. What is the current process for this activity? Second is what is working well? Third is where is the clutter, inefficiency, or frustration? And the fourth is, are tools readily available and organized? Now, the second part, think. The second part is think. So identify what are the bottlenecks, what are the challenges, what is the waste that is happening. Am I scrolling on social media during that time? Am I just jumping from one idea to another? Am I just, simply gossiping? So, in under the second part of the process of Gemba walk, think, that is identify waste or bottlenecks. With the first thing we have to understand is the time waste that is happening. Where am I wasting my time? Time waste, where am I wasting my time? Second is motion waste. Am I moving unnecessarily? Am I moving unnecessarily? The third is process waste. Is this step really necessary? For example, sometimes there are multiple approvals that you have to get for passing, let's say, one receipt. So, are the four approvals necessary or three approvals is okay? That is something that you can check. I've just given an example. Then, fourth, we will come. Why is this bottleneck happening? Why question? The why question. Remember? Why is this roadblock happening? Why is this bottleneck happening? Is it because of this Mr. X who is in the process, who is not moving things forward? He is not aligned with the vision, mission, goals of the company? Or is it because of this X person who is having a different mental attitude than what I have, who has a different opinion from what I have? So keep asking why. And the third part of the Gemba walk is the action or do. Do. And in bracket, you can write action plan. Now, start with one small improvement. For example, your work is getting delayed or you're not able to manage your time because of Mr. X taking a lot of time to give you the approval. Okay, so that what do you do with that? One improvement. So you have a separate meeting with Mr. X and explain things and find out the root cause of why the delay is happening. And in do, the first thing is small improvement. What one small change can I make today? You don't have to do all the action at the same day itself. You can take one small improvement one at a time. Like for example, you're having a constant difference of opinion with one particular person, or your team member is just not motivated enough as much as you to take the goal to the next level. So have a conversation with that person. Find out what is the actual issue, why he is not taking initiative. That can be the one change that you can make. So, what one small change can I make today? Second is the organization action. That is, how can I clean or organize this space? Now, when you're talking about when it comes to your personal self, it can also be your mental clutter. So, which thoughts should I not think, which is causing a delay in me taking an action, right? How can I clean or reorganize the space? Next, third one, who is responsible? So if you have problems with your team, then you are responsible. If you have problems with you not being able to manage time, then you are responsible. If you're not getting enough productivity from your team members, then the team lead is responsible. Okay, so the responsibility rests on which person that you have to identify. And the fourth is the due date. By when will I sort this problem? By when will I master my time management? Let's say end of this month, end of this week, after 15 days, whatever you feel like. Then you can practice it every day, one small improvement per day, and see how the change has improved the process. How more productive have you become? How more proactive you have become? Keep checking after every week. And this small changes every day will create a big change by the end of 1 month. Where can you use the Gemba walk for your personal self? Like it's your own time management, it could be in your home office or desk, organizing things, uh, in your morning routine. That could be one of the areas that you could pick up, ensuring that you capture the first hour, just the first hour of the day, or with positive routines. That's a morning routine. Then you're what do you say, reducing wasting of time on the social media or on XYZ things that you think is not necessary. Then for example, you call up somebody and that person starts speaking off the topic which is not of much interest to you, but still you feel that you should continue the conversation because you can't say no. So that's where you can come out of the conversation by saying, I think I need to go now, or I have something to attend to. Can we take this conversation a little later? And get yourself out of that place. You'll be saving a lot of time. Today, time is the greatest resource, and you should ensure that you invest your time very wisely. Then you can also use it in kitchen for preparing your meal. Like for example, you don't have time to every day dice the onions. You get a tool, a machine, which I also have, which is very easy. You just have to peel and cut it into big pieces and keep on pulling. Within 5 minutes, you'll have very nice, slightly diced onions. So after I got that, uh, I was able to make a lot of uh, prep masala and keep at home so that I can use the same masala every time, at least for 2 or 3 times. So that saved a lot of time. So, like this, small, small issues, if you can learn how to deal with and practice into your day to day life, it will help you to become more productive and more efficient. Then, tips to be successful here is don't think that just because you've learned about Gemba and you're practicing it, the next day you're going to be extremely efficient or manage your time effectively. It's going to take some time. So, have the patience, be patient with your own self. I've seen many people who have had the patience to deal with, a large number of people and have a lot of patience with people. But when it comes to themselves, they want things very fast. So have patience with yourself. Don't try to fix everything at once. Focus on small, small changes which are noticeable to you yourself so that, you feel pepped up to move forward. Second is focus on the flow. Observe the value that you're getting by doing the Jemba walk. See how things are shaping up and how you are getting better and better every day, and move from one task to the other. And thirdly, and most important, if you can do it, make a note of the small changes that you have seen. Like last time when I talked about the doing nothing and utilizing your morning time, and getting up from 5 to 7 using your 5 to 7 time very productively, where the first 5 to 6 you do something for building up your skills, that is your intelligent brain skills, your and the 6 to 7 for your physical ability. So, and I think that's the reason why I did not come and do the live the next two Wednesdays, because I had not practiced it. I actually tried to practice it, but I was not being able to get up at 5. I was not being able to, do that 2 hours of productivity with respect to myself and my body. So then I said, I'm not being true to what I am expecting out of you. So I said, let me just work on myself. But I must say that every day I have started from the past 3 days, I would say, waking up at 3:40 and doing the process which I explained to you in class. So um, it is possible. So it took me almost 15 days to bring that small change. So it will happen. Maybe it will take you 21 days, maybe it will take you 1 month, but it does not matter. You have to ensure that you come up with that small changes and pat yourself on the back for you've done a great job. For me, initially it was like, how can I, how can I just, commit to something and not do it? And I've given a commitment publicly. So it had a lot to do with saving my face. But I'm being very honest with you and saying that I took it up because of you. Because if I can't practice what I am preaching, I'm of no use, right? So I could do it. And I'm sure if you two try, you will be able to do it. It's just a matter of will, and the skill will follow. It's a matter of will and skill will follow. So keep a small notebook, monitor your own growth. And it's a very good habit. If you can monitor your own growth, you will be able to motivate yourself to take bigger tasks and ensure that you become better and efficient with time. So I'd like people here to ask me some questions now if you have any doubts, or talk about how you thought this session is and how what are you going to do next. Yes, any of you. Harshada, I would expect something from you. Is it possible for you to unmute and speak? Hello. Yes.
I'm outside.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Can you speak a little louder? Yeah. Come this side. So we have the very young intern who's here who has a question. Yeah. Yes, you have an input. Okay. So she wants to give an input. Yeah.
I would like to not make excuses anymore and take responsibility for whatever happens. Yeah.
Oh. So that's one big change that has happened. It's not a small change. So no more excuses from you. You have committed it publicly in front of everyone. So I'm sure that this has been a successful session today. And I'm so thankful for that. Thank you all for being here. So once again, I would just to like to sum up the Gemba walk and the process that I've explained to you. You can pause and you can check on what how you can do it, but definitely do it. So it's just go, see, think, and do. Go, see, think, and do. In so when I'm talking about go, is be ready to face your fears. Uh, see means observe what went through very objectively without feeling guilty or without feeling bad about what happened. Then the third is think. When you're thinking, you ask why question, get to the root cause of the issue and deal with it. So, do is deal with it. So, go, see, think, and do. That is the crux of the Jemba walk. Wishing you all great success in going to the Jemba and doing the Jemba walk. Stay tuned. We meet every Wednesday, same time from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Usha, do you have a question?
No,
Yeah. So I think you will be taking up one particular issue and practicing the Jemba walk there. Have you chosen?
not yet.
I'll give you the task. Your social media, your social media presence, your Instagram page.
Yes, I'm waiting for you all.
Yes, I'll be there to help you out
Yeah.
because I remember I
Yes, sir.
said that, go with
Yes,
somebody
yes, yes,
who's
yes.
comforting and who can help you out. So I'll come with you on your Gemba walk. And the same thing
Okay.
I want to tell Harshada also. Please work on your social media. Neha, you can work on your team members. Bodwa, you can work on your own self and ensure that you do the Gemba work. And the next week when we meet, you're full of energy and ready to discuss about how you have made that small shifts, that small improvements into your day-to-day life and the success that you have had. Well, we have today's Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, 2 days we have, and half of Saturday before we meet again. So thank you all. Stay blessed. Good night, and do
Yes.
practice the Jemba walk. Stay
Thank
tuned. We
you.
meet next Wednesday, same time at my channel, Biji Tushar. Like, comment, share, subscribe and share it to as many people as possible so that they too can get some value out of today's session. Good night. Have a wonderful time.